Hey, what's up guys? Emo Cat Dad here, hanging out with you, bringing you yet another edition of Emo Cat Dad Listens. If you're new here, what I do is every day of 2024, I have vowed to listen to a new band or artist. Today, as you can see right there, I'm checking out Parkway Drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to 4 songs, give you my overall thoughts on those 4 songs individually, rank those 4 songs, and then give you my overall thoughts on the band, and call it a day for today. So let's get into Parkway Drive. So what do I know about Parkway Drive? I've never actually listened to them. I've heard the singer, Winston, feature on a couple tracks from other artists. So I have a pretty good idea what his vocals sound like. But other than that, I really don't know. I know that they started off kind of in those early metalcore years, playing metalcore. They're from Australia, that down under vibe. And of course, I've heard all the complaints that the band has gone soft in recent years. So I'll be the judge of that. I mean, I'm probably not going to judge them if they go soft. I'll probably like that stuff better. But in any event, let's dive into Parkway Drive. Alright, so the first song I checked out was from way back in 2007 off their album Horizons. It's called Carrion. Or Carry On? I don't know. This was still early on, so this song is still quite heavy, but they do have the groundwork in the song for going into a more radio rock direction. It had a little bit of that rock flair in the musicality of it, and there was also some pop sensibility to the melody. You can feel it throughout, even though there was no clean vocals whatsoever. Speaking of the vocals, I didn't feel they really stood out from that 2007 metalcore scene. I feel like I could have heard something similar on a different record from that era, and I wouldn't have flinched. Alright, so although they did release a couple albums before Horizons and a couple albums after, it seems like their most popular stuff is from the last 3 albums, so I guess we're just going to jump into those. So the first one is 2016's Ire, and I checked out the song Vice Grip. Alright, so if that last track had just a bit of rock flair to the musicality, this one has a lot. The 80s arena rock kind of sound, musically, doesn't do a whole lot for me. However, I did appreciate the band using that as a blueprint to that sweet breakdown at the end, which I did really enjoy. How about Winston's vocals? They're much better here across the board. He does a couple different things with his voice, and I enjoyed all of them. I'm usually not a fan of repeating lyrics, but this song did have some of that, but I felt like it all kind of worked in the song, so I guess I'm not going to complain. Just be aware, if you haven't checked it out, lyrics do repeat. Next up was their following album, Reverence, from 2018, and I checked out Pray. Alright, so they've gone even more arena rock, adding theatrics to their music. Or at least in this song. The vocals here sound like the Dropkick Murphys discovered metal. I like the Dropkick Murphys, but, you know, I'm used to hearing those vocals in front of an accordion and a banjo, not electric guitars. Alright, let's just jump over into the newest album, Darker Still, from 2022, and I checked out Glitch, which seems to be their most popular song on Spotify over all their catalog. Feel a glitch in the cortex, like a ghost in the shell. Okay, so the intro was pretty cool. I dug the kind of spoken word part, the music leading into the spoken word part, and then the instrumental break we get after that. It is pretty long of an intro, but because we get basically 3 different sounds in it, I'm not complaining about it being super long. The spoken word parts later on in the song kind of irked me, so I guess it just works in an intro for me. That being said, the verses of the song are super cool. I enjoyed them quite a bit. I love Winston's vocals and melody on those parts of the song. The pre-chorus was meh. That's basically where we get spoken word parts. And the chorus was pretty generic radio rock. But the breakdown at the end was pretty enjoyable. I just wish we didn't have to lead into it with saying "let me out" 10 different times. See, the lyrics repeated here too, but it didn't work for me. Alright, so let's rank these bad boys. At number 1, I'm gonna do Vice Grip. Lots of things I enjoyed about this song. Little nitpicky complaints here and there, but overall, I enjoyed my time with it. At 2, we'll do Carrion. This could have easily been number 3. I was going back and forth between what elements I enjoyed more, and I think the win with Carrion was just I enjoyed a lot more of the song, even though certain elements stick out of other songs over the elements that I really enjoyed in this one. But the overall package is what got it to number 2. At 3 is Glitch. Again, liked a lot of elements of this, just also had some elements that I really did not dig at all, and that's ultimately what kept it below, despite having much better verses than that track. And at 4 is Prey. Honestly, didn't dig this song at all. I can understand why people would enjoy it. It's just not for me. The repetitiveness, the vocals, the whole package. I was just very excited to see the song get to the end, so yeah, no brainer that it's ending up at the bottom of this list. Alright, so that's my ranking of these Parkway Drive songs. Overall, I think the band is really talented musically, with a whole different array of inspirations. I think it's very cool what they're able to meld together, but sometimes those meldings just fall flat in their face like Prey. But I appreciate the swing at the very least. And Winston has quite impressive vocal range, even if I don't like what he does with some of it. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out, checking out this episode of Emo Cat Dad Listens. I hope you come back tomorrow to check out another one of these, unless you've discovered this in the future, in which case, hello from the past. Before you go, if you could just drop some comments below, let me know what other bands or artists I should be checking out. Maybe they're Australian, maybe they're radio rock, maybe they've been around since 2007 making metalcore music. Whatever you're feeling, drop it in there and maybe I'll be able to check it out this year. I appreciate you guys for watching and commenting. I'd appreciate even more if you cut my wrists and hit subscribe. Your friendly neighborhood Emo Cat Dad is signing off. Until next time, I want to hear you sad.